Nathan here from the ebookreader.com. For this video I thought I'd do a quick comparison between the Kindle 3 and the new Sony PRS-650. Make sure to click the link in the upper right hand corner to see the full reviews of each device, along with PDF reviews. So okay, first off, they both have the new Pearl screens from e-ink, so contrast is pretty comparable. The Kindle does have some advanced font rendering technology, so their fonts seem to be a little bit bolder than the Sony's. As far as page turns go, they both turn pages about the same speed. One advantage the Sony has is that if you hold down the button, you can scan through the pages quickly. Same goes for if you're using your finger. Okay, so as far as text size goes, the Kindle has a few different options. The Sony has 6 sizes, the Kindle has 8. The Kindles are a little bit closer together. The Sony's quite a big jump between small and medium. I wish they'd added another one in between those two. So the Kindle has some other advanced features like you can change the font type right here. You've got condensed and sans serif. So the Sony just has the base default font. You can actually change the fonts for DR and for ebooks. It takes a little bit of technical work, but it's not too hard. You can run a search on the ebookreader.com if you want to learn how to do that. So the Kindle can do this kind of stuff right here. It's got the line spacing too, if you want wider spacing. And then words per line, just the margins. And then so the Kindle also has text-to-speech. So like those last two things, line spacings and words per line, the Sony doesn't have that. But again, if a little technical work, you can set that sort of stuff with using Calibre. So the Kindle has text-to-speech. The Sony does not. The Kindle has a couple of speakers on top. The PRS-650 has a headphone jack. As far as screen rotation goes, the Kindle has 4 different options. It has all the screen rotations right here. The Sony has 3. You can choose in the settings which way you want the landscape to go, left or right. So one thing about landscape mode on the Kindle that's different from the Sony is the Sony breaks down the page into 2 sections. So it will overlap the middle part of the page. Like right here you can see. Or the Kindle, it's all new text on each page. So that's a definite plus for the Kindle. Let's go back to regular here. As far as holding the devices go, for the Kindle you got the page turn buttons on the side there, of course. There isn't any page turn buttons down here, so you got to hold it with the side here. It works a little better in the cover. I found it's a little bit more balanced because these buttons are so small. For the Sony, you can pretty much hold it however you want because it's got the touchscreen. So I mean, you can hold it however and then turn pages like that. And then it's also got page turn buttons down here, so if you want to hold the device like sort of like this, it's pretty comfortable. Okay, so let me show you some difference in PDF files real quick. So here's the same PDF file on both of them. The text size is pretty much comparable. It looks pretty much the same in the default layout here. One advantage the Kindle has is it has this contrast darken feature right here, so you can easily change the darkness of the contrast. That helps a lot with PDFs because a lot of them have light text. So the Sony has the same thing. It's just a little bit more, takes a little bit more work to get to. You got these different custom settings, and then it's got this dial right here. So you adjust it sort of about right there. It's gets the text darker. Okay, so with the Kindle, your zooming options are as follows. You have fit to screen, 150 to 300% and actual size. And the Sony has a custom zoom dial, so you can kind of set it to whatever you want by doing that. Okay, my fingers are not working here. There we go. Okay, so then when a Sony zooms in, you got these on-screen arrows that you use to pan around the page. So it does have a little bit more clutter than the Kindle, where it's all just clear on the Kindle, and you use your nav controller down here on the bottom to scroll around the page. Okay, so then the Sony, you can get rid of this, all these icons, and set the lock, but there's no way to pan around when it's locked. You got to re-unlock it, and then you can pan around the page. And the Sony also has Sony also has a few page modes that work good for PDFs. If you got 2 and 3 column PDFs, it'll break it down, show you that way, and then it'll move from top to bottom. It's got the margin cut. The Kindle doesn't have any of those features. It just has those custom zooms. So let's go back to fit the screen and change orientation here. So one thing I noticed about the Kindle is it will break the page down into 3 sections, whereas the Sony will break it down into 2 sections. See, it's got this little thing up there and it shows you that it's broken down into 2 sections. So the same page on the Kindle breaks it down into 3 sections. So the text is just a little bit bigger on the Kindle sometimes. Okay, so back to here. I'm always hitting that one to change the orientation. So one advantage I noticed that the PRS-650 has is it seems to have better table of contents support. So here it is in the Kindle's menu. You've got you go to, and then it's down here. Table of contents is grayed out, so it doesn't show it. But for the same file on the Sony, it does have the table of contents. It's actually got different levels. So the Sony's got the edge there. And then it's also got this, if you just want to go back to where you were, it's got history. The Kindle doesn't have history. It's pretty cool. You can go back and forth between every page you visited in the document. Okay, so as far as on the page tasks go, let's back out of that. The Sony, it has the double tap for the dictionary. The Kindle, you use the cursor and you place it in front of whatever word you want. But on PDFs, the dictionary doesn't work for the Kindle. You have to convert it to Amazon's format. So that's another thing about the Sony's. It's got reflow. The Kindle doesn't have reflow. You got to send it to Amazon's service, and they'll convert it for free. But yeah, it just takes an extra step or two. So okay, as far as notes go, the Sony has the major advantage with being able to write on-screen notes. So you go in here if you want to do highlighting or whatever. You can also do it without going in here. But as far as writing on-screen notes, you go like that. With the Kindle, you just start typing with the keyboard, and it will attach the note to that section wherever you have the cursor. See, it puts it right there, number 1. Okay. So, well, that about wraps up this PDF or the Kindle versus Sony ebook reader review. Make sure to check the ebookreader.com. I got a complete write-up of these two, comparing all the differences and similarities. So I didn't have enough time to cover it all in here, obviously. So check that out. The link is below the video on YouTube. Thanks for watching.